Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Thank all you sweet babies for your lovely messages and your kind words and your comments. It's so funny. Sometimes I forget, like, if we're doing a blitz and we're doing a whole bunch and I have so many private readings and I start to combine them, I can actually forget what people have requested, what it's been a lot the last couple of days, so I was like, okay, we're gonna slow down and do 1 to 2 very good videos where I'm relaxed and I'm not rushed in the evening and trying to fit in privates and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to take it easy. And also just a little reminder for you guys, I had so many people requesting like where I got these crowns and this one, and then I know there was a couple of you in your things too that I put them in my Etsy store. So if you want to go to the Etsy store, as well as all my rings that you see that you guys like, I have a duplicate of every single one. Usually when I buy them, I get a duplicate because in case they ever get lost. But every single ring that I wear, including this one that you guys seem to love, is in the Etsy store with the size. They're all separate. So you can go see what's on there, because I know you guys were like that Larimar, you people are going crazy for too. So they're all on there. They're all listed, so you can go check them out. And then there's one of everything. Unfortunately, I don't have like excess of stuff, but I know it's fun because it'll be the ones that we actually use on the set, so it's the one on the show. But I had a great idea for tonight's topic. I was watching all these experts and some new YouTubers, some young, some old, some people that have been in their fields for long times, and from a man's perspective, a lot of it was it's crazy in relationships. There's so many perspectives and stuff. So I want to do a thing that said, how lovable and authentic do you appear to others? Because what happens is, depending on what environment we're on, we come across very differently, right? In our workplace, especially for the boss or in charge of people, we have a level of professionalism that sometimes has an air of coolness or whatever. You have to have firm boundaries. If it's our neighbors, like for instance, I was just at the grocery store today and we have these new neighbors and they are lovely, but I swear I was under duress and I was just looking like I just came out of an episode of Hee Haw or something. I was just a fright and I didn't want to see anybody because I'm not super vain, but I was run down, tired, and a little harassed from downtown traffic, and I'd rather just coast it through the local grocers with my son and let him pick out his goodies. And he's such a good-natured guy. We went to the beach after and just ate some sandwiches, and he just sat in the sand and just talked about his day at school. Teenagers need that chill out time, right? So it was very lovely. And yeah, we need to unwind. So it was very lovely. But I was thinking of topics and journaling in that, and I was thinking, wow, so many of my clients, their biggest struggles are how they're sort of interpreted by others. You know what I mean? They think, especially in the workplace, and that's where a lot of romance, you spend most of your time there. So that's where you meet your romantic others a lot of times, right? So people are just trying to temper their behaviors while still having firm boundaries and all these things. So I just laid out these because I thought they were lovely, and I liked the blue on the white. And these are some of my fairy cards. And it's just it's a little reminders, that we all have this magic in us, right? Delays are over in a lot of our lives. We're moving forward. We're taking action. We're making steps to make our love manifest, our money manifest. True love, we know, is here and arriving, and the choices that we make are going to be what's best for us because we're no longer people pleasing. We're looking logically and intelligently towards the future. And the High Priestess, we're seeking answers through all means possible, right? Spiritual especially, because that's where we're just energy beings and we're transferring energy to one another. And don't we want it to be the best energy possible? For sure, right? Like, yeah, even when I picked up Hagen today, he had missed his bus, so he was stressed and thought I was going to be mad because I had to drive quite far across town. But I was just happy to see him and spend time with me. And just the look of relief on his face through reading my body language as I was pulling up right away let me know that's how we're perceived by others, by our smile or lack of, our tightness in our face, or our mellow, our just general mellowness where we're just chill. I was just listening to music and he was so relieved, and I thought, oh, people are greatly affected by our energy. So let's see how yours is interpreted, okay? So it's, do you appear lovable and authentic to others? We'll do this as a 3-card spread, and I love these. So again, I'm going to use the steampunk. I just find them so lovely, and they're ideal for Halloween time, right? Okay, so number 1 is going to be the snake spirit. So if you feel like that compels you, and that's time to heal, says the snake. Then the elephant spirit is learn from the past. Absolutely, right? We are definitely doing that. I mean, we want to resolve issues and evolve, right? We don't want to repeat. We want to step up our game and have a restful existence, right? We don't need to struggle. We're not in competition with everybody. We're not even in competition with ourselves anymore. We're simply existing in our most mellow, calm aspect where we can be our friendliest, best, most loving selves. So we have the appearance, not only the appearance of being authentic and lovable, we appear that way because we simply are, right? We either carry a type of energy with us and we can control it, or we can't, right? When people let anger and rage or whatever, jealousy get a hold of them, it's a whole different kind of energy, right? You see those people. I used to have a hard time in big formal events and crowds because women in general would be competing with others. They thought in the looks department, and you'd see them in the big ladies' rooms or wherever, and just the looks they could give one another, just these withering, terrible looks, it was like, oh, not a friggin' Southern cotillion with a bunch of raving mad women. I know, I just have never gotten that. I have too much of a male aspect to me with so many brothers that, yeah, I think it's sad because women should always raise each other and help one another for sure. So we're going to start with number 1. We're going to move these out of the way so we can have full focus on that. Yeah, I feel so nice and happy today and relaxed. I'm like, I just need to slow my pace and really read all your comments and start to go through things and savor it, savor this experience that I'm having now with this great connection with you people, as opposed to trying to fit in everything and just be crazy. Ooh, very nice. Queen of Pentacles. And then also, if I get any other messages, how you are perhaps perceived, I'll tell you what those are as well, because we're going to have an animal oracle card too. I just love those new animal oracle cards so much. Wow, look at that. 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. Whoa, this group, geez, some people are coming into some money too. There's also messages along with how do you appear, how lovable, authentic to others. Yeah, this group, I'm getting a very strong message that you're perceived by others as quite elegant and refined, and you don't have to have a lot of money to spend money well. And I've had someone say that to me one time, you really know how to spend money well. And I thought, yeah, I know what pieces to buy that carry through seasons and stuff like that. I'm not excessive or label crazy. And a lot of people are like that too, you know what I mean? Like one beautiful piece of leather, you know what I mean? One nice pair of winter boots. A nice coat, stuff like that. So you're perceived as very authentic. Yeah, you're not seen at all. You're seen as a balanced person that I keep hearing has really excellent like oral hygiene and stuff. Like apparently you have really good not chapped lips and nice teeth, I keep hearing, which is hilarious because I just watched a video yesterday, and one of the biggest turnoffs these men that they did surveys on and the speaker was saying is really cracked or dried lips draw attention right away because men are attracted to moist, kissable, pillowy lips as opposed to Death Valley. I hear, you know what I mean? And I actually get aggravated and mad when I have chapped lips. I just feel it. I don't like any part of my skin to be dehydrated. And another thing is too, they notice your teeth much more than you would think. And they associate that with your breath, whether you've had sweet, nice breath, as opposed to if your teeth are not quite well cared for, that poor oral hygiene, again, is not a great look. Because, especially if you're going on a first date, something like that. I mean, you should try your best to be minty fresh and have it together on that first date, right? Sometimes if you are just out with a big lunch and everybody's just eating like whatever, it's a garlic fest, who cares at that rate, you know what I mean? But you don't want to have your garlic breath be the first thing they smell, right? And another thing that you guys you not only appear lovable, but you appear 100% genuine, and that's what makes you so authentic. You really smile a true smile when you feel it, and you feel connected to those people that you meet, and you're always willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and excuse me, excuse me, I've been sneezing all day. Scusi, scusi. Yeah, you have a warmth and an ebullience about you, and very a groundedness, you know what I mean? When you're speaking to someone, you're 100% present, and that makes you very rare sometimes, especially in a business setting where people are distracted and wondering who's looking at them, and in the quick phone culture, you know what I mean? For you to be balanced, no, you definitely have a understated elegance and stuff that people really sort of look up to, and it makes you very approachable and dependable. And I see people as yeah, they would speak highly of you when you left the room. If somebody said, oh, you know, what is Sarah like, what is Aaron like, you know, or what is John or Christopher like, they, you know, you'd be one of the first things that say, oh, they're really likable, they're really solid, and things like that. So yeah, you give that off. And remember too, just we are energy, so we bring that energy where we are, right? So we're our thoughts. So if we're having good, happy thoughts, we walk lighter, we walk differently, we're more accepting. Like I even knew today, I had that escapist quality myself in the store. Like I didn't really want to be seen or commit because my hair was nuts. I had a flannel shirt on. I was just a little harried, you know what I mean? I wanted to be home and be relaxing. So it was one of those things. And people know that energy. And they'll, like, if I'm my normal self, which I am 99% of the time, my head is always up. And I say hi to everybody in every store. You know what I mean? It's our local neighborhood, you know, and chat it up and stuff. But it's funny how when you smile at someone, I feel like it's very magnetic, and then they want to engage you in a conversation. So that's beautiful. Let's see what your spirit animal is today. Oh, the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. And that's so true. I'm still finding every day, even when, you know, it's not, everything isn't all Fruit Loops and rainbows and you're just having a chill, normal day, because I'm quite theatrical and I love things to be extra all the time. I just am that way. You know, I love sparkle crazy. And yeah, I think that's part of what got me set. I was really wanting to make some Labradorite necklaces and some things, and time just got away. And I was like, I was letting that disappoint me a little bit, so it was taking my focus away. And then when my son just snapped me out of it by being so cute, going, you know, Mom, we could eat our sandwiches on the beach. And he's like 16 and he's so thoughtful and cute. And then he talks about his tests and stuff. I'm like, yeah. And then you can be present, you know what I mean, which is really lovely. Here I am trying. It's so funny. I'm trying to find the cow answer in the steampunk book. I'm like, yeah, there you go. You're really with it. Yeah, but I got so excited. And I like to put out a video in the morning for you guys, but due to YouTube being down yesterday, that was crazy. Leave your comments on what happened to you when it went down, or what you thought it was, because it was weird, right? Like, I'm not in touch with that sort of thing, and I thought it was just my computer for the longest time. That's how crazy I am. Okay, so the Oracle's messages. You are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Spirit nudges you to pay attention, because this is the perfect time to focus on your choices, your actions, and your behaviors you know that feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. That's perfect. And because you are doing that, that's why you are perceived and thought of in this beautiful, nice way, because you're conveying an attitude of love, gentleness, and self-acceptance, which is awesome, you guys. Very important. All right, so if you guys are leaving, don't forget to like, and if you're new, press subscribe, and also press that the bell so you'll get all the notifications, and all my information's on the bottom. If you guys need a private read, I'm on Instago, and all my stuff for my new Patreon page is there as well. And remember, if you're interested in any of the rings or jewelry that are usually on the set, they're for sale now on Etsy, on the link below as well. We finally got them up there, you know what I mean? It was like one of those, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that tomorrow, and then tomorrow was another day. Yeah! Okay, so here we go, number 2. Let me just give a marker for Ian when he's doing this. You guys also comment how you like the new, how he marks everything underneath, like your piles and everything. Is it nice? Is it distracting? What do you think about it? And also, I like his Oscar music at the end, right? Okay, let me get a feel for these. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So what do we got? We have the Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands. I like. That's always looking out over the horizon, getting a grasp on your your feelings that towards the future and what you're trying to draw into you and where you're trying to navigate your life towards. I love that. I love that a lot. And then also we got the King of Pentacles. It is like Pentacle City here tonight, isn't it? So this is interesting. This is how I see a lot of you being perceived. I see a lot of you are like lightly flirtatious. Like when you come in a room, it's like you have a natural confidence that allows you to flirt and be playful, but at the same time be respectful, because you have firm boundaries. You know you can be playful and silly a little bit in with that, because you know where the boundaries are. You know what I mean? You know where to draw the line, and people know you have those boundaries, so you don't nobody has to second guess anything. So it allows for fun playfulness, which is nice, and that's born of authenticity, knowing yourself and being confident, and you're definitely seen as that. And that right here says to me, you guys can read a room quite well. You can read the emotional temperature of a room. When you walk in, you can see those cues, those facial cues, smiles, lack of smiles, frowns, fearful looks. You can read that all. Dislike of something, unhappiness, discomfort, all those things. You can read those signs very closely. So you're very welcome in a room, because you come in and you act and speak accordingly to what is going on in that place too. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have a lot of clarity on what the best course is to take with each individual. You know what I mean? And I feel like you take the time to speak to each person that's around, whether it's at a party or work, individually, and people are glad to see you. However, I do get somewhat of a feeling, like I did last night with a few of you, that you get a little socially tired. You know what I mean? It doesn't so much cause you anxiety as just a bit of exhaustion, because it is work. Working with all different personalities, talking to them, listening, especially if people tend to be either a little pushy or a little arrogant or a little self-centered or whatever. It takes effort, doesn't it, to sit and listen to that and just be like, oh, sure. And you're kind of like, you have better things to do, but you're being polite and stuff. And people recognize that in you, that you know, that you give people the benefit of a doubt or a chance. You don't want anyone to seem silly or foolish. But again, you have firm boundaries where you know when enough is enough, and you sort of go your way, and you live your life the way you have to, not standing there listening to somebody pratter on for their whole thing. I also feel like you have like a wit about you, so if somebody is getting a little too braggadocious or silly, your wit can stop that. You can, you know what I mean, you can red light that stuff. You know how to play the game and interact with everybody, because you're pretty courageous, but you also know how to stop that dead when it's crazy. Because again, I feel like this particular group has a lot of introspection. You know what I mean? I think they know themselves, they know their capabilities, they know their limitations, they are wise to the world and interaction. So, you know, they don't feel the need to comment, compete, and be silly. They are simply there, and people know that presence and that energy, and they welcome it. So that's a fine way to be. You know what I mean? You can be exactly who you are and how you feel at that moment without censoring yourself, which is great. So Bat Spirit, oh, that's lovely. Let's see what that says. I haven't had that yet. So a Bat Spirit is a rebirth. Very cool. Let's see what it says. It's funny, I have no fear of bats. Some people freak out. When we went to the zoo, we go in this bat cave. It's just literally a cave filled with bats. I think it's at the Bronx that we walk through, and everybody's like, oh, and I'm like, I have no fear. They could literally land those bats in your belfry or whatever it's called, or on my head, and I would not freak out. It's really weird. Like, I don't think they're trying to suck our bloods or anything like that. I feel like they're a type of bird, you know what I mean? I like them. They're kind of like, I feel like they're little ancient people with wings. I dig them. I dig them. So a birth is assured. Oracle messages, little ancient people. Whenever I say stuff like this and Ian's around, I see his eyes just roll back and said, oh yeah, little ancient people with wings. Exactly. That's exactly what they are. Too bad, beige people. After something, it's funny, I love Capricorns, but they're so earthy that like a Sagittarius, I'm always way too out there for him, and he'll be like, did you say that on air? And I'll be like, of course I did. You know what I mean? He's quite spiritual, but he's way too Capricornish to grasp ancient people with wings, so screw it. After something has run its course or died and been released, finished or surrendered, completed or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured, just as night gives ways down and the bat emerges from the darkness of a womb-like cave. Bat spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one, for the very best elements of what you had to give up are still present in this new amazing life forming now. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of your faith and ability to establish new and healthy relationships. Fantastic. Yeah, again, that's hearkening back to, we don't say yes when we mean no. We're not going to come babysit your children. We're not going to come help you paint your house and move if we have things that we would rather do. We're not here to help other people accomplish all their goals continually when we need a rest day and or we have things we need to do ourselves, right? We don't need to buy friendships through favors and things like that. We just are our authentic selves, and people accept that or they don't, right? Yeah. And in fact, it breeds more respect when you simply respectfully decline to do favors endlessly for others, because you will get, I would probably say, 6 out of 10 people will continually take without knowing what healthy boundaries are. So you have to be that person that draws the line and says, no, I really have a full roster, but I have to respectfully decline. Because people will be, oh, favors. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so this is going to be number 3. The starfish. So I hope you're all doing well, because when I read your comments, you sound like you're doing fantastic and really manifesting and really keeping hopeful. Most important thing is when we wake up during the day, right? Our first choice, our first thought, that's how we're going to start our day, right? We don't have to jump right out of bed. Take a second, breathe in the morning and be like, today is going to be what I make it. That's all you have to say. You're not making yourself any deep-filled promises, but today is what I make it, right? It's all your choices. Energy can shift any second to any perspective you want. Just know that. So even if you wake up and you hit your foot on the edge of your bed, you go, now I'm beginning my day. I'm not letting anything get in my way of my joy, my abundance, my great outlook on life, and my urge to manifest, grow, and all those things, right? So what do we got here? We have the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the Moon. Ooh, this is very cool, 7 of Swords. This is funny. I see that quite a few of you have paid witness to somebody doing something slick at work or in their home. Somebody getting away with something they have not, that they should not get away with. But you are the one that bore witness to this. This person who committed this, I call it a white-collar crime, which is usually lying to someone, doing something. You're the one that's carrying this knowledge. So this is just a forewarning. People don't like us to have information that can be held against someone. So you might have somebody that's a little backstabbery around you in your place of business because they know you know. That's the easiest way to put it. They know you know that they did some shady stuff. So they're either going to try to kiss your butt and try to garner your friendship through, you know, a little hokey pokey, you know, just trying to be nice. That's also, the Moon is a little smoke and mirrors. They're trying to disguise their true nature, but you know it. So you're going to have you're going to know it. That's all you have to do. So just distance yourself from shady people, that sort of thing. 7 of Wands, again, that's defending, defending your outlook, your purpose, who you are, what you're working on, your viewpoint, your standpoint, you know, just standing your ground. And that's very easy for you. And I feel like this, again, is workplace stuff. The Moon, this is, I feel like people perceive you as very dreamy and very sort of mystic, you know what I mean? Like you have other knowledge as well. You have some extrasensory perceptions as well. And people, they're quite impressed with that because you have a feel of what's to come at times. And because you have that, you can act accordingly and decently with the spiritual nature that you have, you know what I mean? People that are sometimes in touch with the divine, with God, with their guides, with their angels, things like that, they have a sort of peace about them when other people tend to lose their shit, you know what I mean? People they have fight or flight type of thing where people that are connected a little stronger to their guides or can read those signs will they'll stay on their ground, and you're someone who does that. So when other people are fight or flight, which is this dude over here trying to get away with stuff and then run off in the night, you're going to stand your ground and be the person of integrity and honesty that you are, because you are spiritually connected. You know that you're not doing anything shady, and that though others may, those other, like I like to say, there's probably 9 lambs for every lion that's out there, and you're the lion in your group. And sometimes you want to come say hello, baby lion. You know, Hey, look who's paying a visit. You mentioned the lion. She's like, oh, are we on Camerusiums? This is Winter. She's so cute. Let me tell you this quick story for 1 second. I put a new duvet on my son's bed, and it's super white and fluffy. And there's 4 cats, and all the other cats can get on fine, but not with Winter, because for whatever reason, it's like she just didn't mesh with them. So they're all on this new fluffy white duvet, and there's Winter in the doorway just sitting and watching them like the left out bugger. It was so sad. And then she looks at me like, I don't really care as long as I have you. It was so cute. So she lays down and everything. So yeah, because of this, you are able to stand your ground in any of those scenarios, and you're very well received where you are, because you're thought of a very dependable, authentic, solid person, you know what I mean, that also has that little extra something where people feel safe and a lighter around. Do you ever have that 1 or 2 people at work or in the family where their energy is very calming to you, and when you stand next to them or you're around them, you feel calmer and better, even physically, right? Yeah, you're that type of person for many people. So that's fantastic. Let's see what your animal spirit card is. I love that bat spirit. I'd never seen that before. Ooh, that's perfect for you. The scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Yeah, this particular group, you do have an essence and a mystique about you that just, you know, it's all those proponents that sometimes are just out there. You know, you have a wisdom, you have a connection. You value the esoteric, you value the spiritual, and that's not to say the others don't, but you're recognized for that, you know what I mean? And I feel like you have a sense of humor because you're balanced, you know you're protected, you know the world provides for you, and you can sort of nail what's going on in a room like nobody's business. When you come in, you have that high emotional intelligence, so you can see what everybody's up to, and you know that, you know what I mean? It's very lovely. Yeah, you're a smart cookie, and people like that, you know what I mean? You have your self-respect, you smile, all of those things. It's very lovely. I love that. And I see a lot of you have like a sensuality too that's like flirtatious and sweet, but yeah, because you're living life. You use your 5 senses. You really see colors and things. You really hear music closely. All those things, you really tune into that. So that's beautiful. So you guys, that is you. So don't forget to press like and, oh, did I not do? Yeah, we got them all right. That was 3. I'm like, my brain is like in slow motion. I'm moving much slower tonight. So don't forget to like, and if you're new, press subscribe and the little bell so you can get all the indicators that a new video is out as well. And all my links are below if you need help for anything or a private read, and all my new Patreon stuff is up there as well. And don't forget, you guys, if you want, there's probably going to be quite a rush going to Etsy because there's only 1 item of everything. Yeah, we put, so again, there were all these, they're all marked and stuff, and they're the original, the exact same copies of the ones you see all the time that you guys really like. Yeah, I just had so many of you like, where can I find those? Where can I get those links? So I just decided to put them up in my store, so because it's hard to even remember where stuff initially had come from. And Winter is not on the Etsy site because she's too heavy to mail to Australia. Look at her. She's like, Mommy, I knew she was going to come. She can't. As soon as we bring like the altar out and put it down, she's staring at it like, when can I make a break for that? But she'll wait respectfully now. So that's you guys. Fantastic. And again, thank you for your lovely comments. And I'm always going to continue whenever I have the time to answer all when it's possible, and as many as I can when I am, because that is my favorite part of my day, when I sit down and I get to see how all you guys are feeling, how you're doing, your new accomplishments, how your family's doing, whether you're moving. It's just the best part of my day because you guys are excellent, and I love connecting with you. You guys are the best of the best. So I hope you enjoyed this. And Winter is like, don't turn off the camera. You don't want to turn off the camera. Where are you going?